Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. My name's Todd. This is John. As you can see by the really old pictures that we chose to use on our slide here, John's the head of product at TCT. I manage the global partnerships team, and we're very thankful for your time today and for your patience as we sorted out our technical difficulties. Today, we're going to have a conversation about the complex nature of managing compliance. So I want you, if you can, to take yourself to a place in your mind where you are a large, multinational organization that has several entities across a litany of different regions that are requiring all sorts of personalized management from a compliance standpoint, okay? Now, what the TCT portal does is it allows you to kind of have a sense of peace of mind, for lack of a better term, when it comes to managing those large corporate engagements. And how you can do that is that you have the ability to push shared evidence with the TCT portal from corporate to individual entities, roll that evidence either up or down depending on the layout of your organization and the nature of how you manage your compliance, the visibility piece from the information provided the year before to go along with one system to oversee all outstanding tasks. Now, apparently it doesn't like that button, John.
We're moving to the demo, correct?
I guess we're moving to the demo, correct.
Fantastic. So essentially, what I'll do is I'll take over from here and just kind of show off the portal and basically the capabilities within. So as soon as the live demo comes up, it looks like it's there, so we're good to go. But basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through a little bit about how the portal can kind of help manage that evidence across different organizations, across like a corporate entity kind of pushing down to sub-entities. And this is helpful for organizations undergoing compliance. This is helpful for QSAs who are helping, actually going in and assessing these organizations, how evidence can be shared, how you can review that type of evidence. So the screen I'm showing right now is at an individual entity level. Basically, I'm a control owner. I'm coming in. I'm at the corporate level. I'm responsible for policies, procedures, those types of items. And as you can see here, I have 10 items currently in my hands of things that I need to go in and manage. I have 10 open items. Down below, it kind of lists those particular tasks out. As I click to go into the particular task, in this case, we're looking at the information security policy, you'll see a few things. We outlined specifically this is straight off of the PCI ROC requirement 12.1.1. We take the PCI DSS information and we present that on the screen. Down below, I've got a spot to put an attachment. I can upload as many different documents as I'd like. I've got spots to put explanations. If you look over here, I have the ability to add evidence, but I can also see what evidence I supplied from the previous year, which is massive for organizations as they're going through. You have a new person who's coming in, taking over those roles, responsibilities, or you just don't remember. What exactly did I give on this requirement last year? The ability to see that, open it up, review it year over year is extremely helpful. So as I go to upload my evidence, I can drag and drop files. I can click to kind of browse for the specific documents I'm looking for. I can select that file, fill it in, upload it, and as you'll see, the evidence gets uploaded to this requirement. A couple other pieces of things that are useful here is, if you look over here on the left, clicking this will bring over guidance information. So this is helpful to see the PCI DSS guidance associated with this requirement. All of that information is presented and laid out right here. The ability to see sample information. If you're a QSA, you can actually put your own custom information that the client would be able to see listed right here, so you'd be able to get some additional QSA guidance around what exactly is being asked of this requirement. So really helpful to have all of that information readily available. And then additionally, you have the history. If you bring this over, this is just going to show everything that's taken place on this particular item. Anytime something's been added, removed, items are moved forwards or backwards in the workflow, it's going to capture all of that. So there's always a log and a history record of everything that's taken place on this item, so you always know exactly what's occurred and when it occurred.
Now, John, how's that super helpful for an organization that is dealing with a lot of entities across the board?
Yeah, I mean, one of the hardest things to do is to just keep track of where everything's at, what's been done, who did it, especially as you continue to kind of work through this. So it's super helpful from that regard. Now, in this example, as you can see, I've gone ahead, I've uploaded my document. I hit the complete button. That'll move the item forward. In this case, it's going to move up to the QSA for review. It's now moved. It's moved the progress bar along. Now you can see I'm 1 of 10 of the way through complete, so I'm 10% of the way there. If I go back to kind of that main dashboard tab, it'll be able to show my open items versus my completed items. Now, what this also has the ability to do is I have access to not just this particular assessment, but I also have access to like a sub-entity requirement. And I can go in there and I can review those particular documents. I can jump around and see the different things. And I'm
now, for clarity, John, you're saying that if there's a large corporate organization that has additional sub-entities that go underneath it, the tool set is designed to not only have the entirety of the corporate assessment, but also the sub-entity versions as well?
Correct. And yeah, and I'm flipping over to a slightly different look and feel. This is going to be more for like the assessors or the overall kind of compliance manager's view, where they have a more holistic view of everything that's going on. So going into that same assessment that I was just working on, coming in at the corporate level, what you'll be able to see here is on this dashboard view, it's going to track all of the progress, and you're able to see everything that's taken place. So if you look on the left, you've got the dashboard with the various workflow steps. So the ability to see the client flows to QSA, flows to QA, flows to complete, and how many tasks are assigned to each.
Now, John, what if I want to call those different things or move them around?
Yeah, this entire thing is configurable, so you can have as many or as little steps in the workflow. You can name those steps whatever you want to call them. You can have as many people assigned to those various steps as you'd like. And even here, if I change the view here from like the status to the assigned view, it'll break it down even further and be able to show all the people in the organization, how many controls are in each person's hands. You can track, it'll give you the percentage associated with each person, so I'm always able to see real time exactly where everything's at, who has what in their hands, how are things progressing week over week, et cetera.
John, that's a lot of numbers. Is there any way to make this more aesthetically pleasing?
Absolutely. So as you can see here with this particular chart, if you look over on the right, the ability to click this and just turn the entire thing into a graphical representation that showcases exactly where everything's at. It gives you a breakdown of the percentage. It's interactive, so you can kind of hover over each piece and see specifically what you're looking at.
And this is what we're usually told is extremely helpful when it comes to managing up or across multiple departments with this information, or in this case, multiple entities.
And absolutely. And if you look over here, like if I go to the same kind of requirement 12, I'm able to jump to this item here, and I'll go to 12.1 specifically. And what we'll see under 12.1.1 is if I go to this attachments tab, I can see that document that was uploaded. It was uploaded by Lauren. There's that file that exists. I can still see that referenced document, so I'm able to see last year's evidence readily available right here. So that's all been added automatically to this particular corporate assessment based on that previous upload that I performed.
Perfect.
So from a QSA's perspective, you can do a review of this particular item. You can go ahead and mark the item as in place, move it forward in the workflow to QA. And then at the end, when everything is all done, I skipped a step here, apologies. I can go over to the report text tab. This is where you're actually able to go and actually enter in the text that's going to show up on the final report. So let's clear this item out real quick, just so I can show you from scratch. But as you come into the report text, these are the reporting instructions that are going to exist on the actual ROC itself. So as a QSA, you're able to see the reporting instruction. And if you look here, I've got the ability to just click Doc. Because this item here is tagged as a document already, I can go ahead and I can click Doc, and it's just going to drop in that reference number automatically. I don't have to remember what reference number that particular document was. It's already there. It's already set up in the system, and it's just a matter of clicking a button to tag it. To put it in as the report text, and that's it.
Oh, there you go.
Now at the very end, you do have the ability to come up here and actually generate the ROC. So going into the reports and exports, I can go and I can actually create the ROC itself.
You can generate the ROC from the tool?
Correct.
How does it come out, though?
Comes out on the council's paper. So if you look here, if you click Request New Reports, it's going to generate the ROC itself. And as I click to open this, and just wait for Word to open here. And there you can see this is the actual PCI DSS v4.0.1 report on compliance. And as I scroll down here, this is the entire council's template, and all of the information that's presented is coming directly over from our tool. Every reporting item in the ROC has a corresponding field in the tool to be able to populate these fields. So the expectation is you perform the assessment in the tool, generate the report, and it's ready to go.
And there you are.
Last couple things I think are worth showing off is, as I mentioned, one of the things we really wanted to show is the ability to kind of take corporate evidence and sort of push it down. So if you look at this example here, right now I'm currently logged in as the corporate assessment. I'm going to go down to subentity 1, as I've labeled it. And if I go into the exact same requirement for 12.1.1, that information security policy that I uploaded, that information security policy that I uploaded for 12.1.1 on the corporate policy is going to show up here as well under the subentity, because I've set it up to basically inherit that information. So if you see this example here, it's got a little link icon next to it. It says information security policy, and it specifically calls out that it came over from the corporate assessment requirement 12.1.1.
So as you're thinking about this, whether you're a QSA or whether you're an ISA working for a large organization on multiple sub-entities, what John's been able to show you is that not only do you have the ability to do everything one time and have it flow to multiple things, but it shows you exactly where it came from so you can reverse engineer that on the way out.
And going along in the same manner as what I just showed you from, say, a PCI assessment to a PCI assessment, we have mappings that carry across multiple standards. So here's an example of an ISO assessment that's been built into the portal and is also inheriting that same information security policy. So as I go to this requirement here for Annex 5.1, if I go over to the Attachments tab, once again, there's a link icon for the information security policy specifically saying it came over from the PCI assessment, that same corporate assessment pulling it over. So
you're saying not only does the tool have the ability to map across multiple controls within a single ROC or industry standard, what you're saying is that it has the ability to map across multiple standards?
Absolutely. We have about 85 different standards on the tool. We have mappings across those different frameworks. So the ability to take one piece of evidence and share it across all the different compliance assessments that an organization is managing is crucial. And that pretty much wraps up the portion of the live demo that I wanted to cover. So I appreciate everyone's time from that part.
Absolutely. So now, as John kind of alluded to towards the end there, it's not just for PCI. The TCT portal is designed to handle any and all industry standard certifications. We have more than 85 of them currently on the portal, and we also have a standing policy that if you're a TCT client and you need an industry standard certification uploaded to the portal that doesn't exist, we'll upload it for you for free. Now, as you can see on the screen, the TCT portal is a SaaS-based solution, and it is designed essentially for it to be your one-stop shop for all of your compliance needs as an individual organization, or to manage all of the compliance needs that you have for your clients if you're a QSA. Now, you're all familiar with the existing challenges that face our industry in terms of, the spreadsheets, the manual tracking, trying to get stuff that's coming across from all sorts of disparate systems, and oh yeah, that guy emailed me, and oh wait, that person sent me a text message, and oh, I gotta dig through a voicemail to see if that information is actually there. And then lastly, and probably the most arduous piece, is the manual reporting, right? And essentially, where our heads are at on this is that there's no need to do that. And a big portion of the reason why is because TCT helps you overcome those woes by being one single system, having everything located in one spot, having the availability to address those things from anywhere as a cloud-based system, completely consolidated communication with all of the supporting evidence and explanations, and a complete history of everything that's been done on each one of your requirements. Now, TCT was founded in 2013. The TCT portal has been up and running for a decade now, starting in 2015. We help, as I mentioned, assessment firms. We help individual organizations as well as service providers, and simply put, TCT is here to help others. Now, if you haven't noticed and you do get a chance to come by our booth, you'll see that our motto and really how we approach this industry is we're here to help make compliance management suck less. If you like what you heard today, you want to get in touch with us, please feel free to reach out to us at any of the listed entities here. GetTCT.com for all of your TCT questions. And check out our podcast, Compliance Unfiltered. Again, for John Dotson, my name is Todd Coshow. We're with TCT, and we want to thank you very much for your time.